Our next presentation is Mindfulness Practice with Catherine Streeter and the CARE students from City BOCES. Welcome, Catherine. Give her a few minutes to get started. Thank you.
Great. So Mrs. Proud is going to introduce herself, and then I'll introduce myself, and the students will introduce themselves, and then we'll go from there.
So are we on the owl?
We're ready.
So they can see me?
They can see you.
Okay. Welcome, and thank you to the Val Foundation for having the CARE students and Mrs. Streeter here today for mindfulness practices. I am Robin Proud, and I'm the principal of student programs for New Vision, which was at the fair last year. And this year, we have our CARE students. We have Mike, Emily, and Alexis, and Abby joining us today to help Mrs. Streeter demonstrate some of these practices.
Okay, and so we're adapting here. Lots of new technology, so just bear with us. But I'm Catherine Streeter. I'm the teaching assistant for the CARE program. I've been with the program for almost 3 years. And today we're going to talk about mindfulness, the umbrella that is mindfulness, and specifically 2 different components of that. We have meditation and gratitude practices. So I'm going to step out of focus here and share just a few slides with you to familiarize you with what mindfulness is, the different forms it can take, what it looks like, and then we'll do a couple of activities with our students. Breath work, so different breathing patterns, and self-management strategies, so developing awareness about ourselves and issues that we may need to improve on, and in turn that helps us be more helpful to others and more functional within a community. So we just do little bits and practices. We try to do that each day. Just to make it routine and something that feels, natural. So what is meditation? This picture was taken on the SUNY Oswego campus. There were some Buddhist monks who came in, and this was one of their first steps in creating a mandala, which is a very meditative, focused project that they created, where they were piping, right? They have like a little metal funnel, and they have colored sand inside of the funnel, and they're tapping the funnel ever so slightly to place this colored sand in a specific location. And when they're done, it's this huge, beautiful, kind of like a mural. So this is a Buddhist practice, which is where meditation comes from. But it's something that's been brought into the Western world, and there's a bunch of different ways that we can practice it, right? So you can sit with your legs crossed and do the Om, or it could look very different. Maybe you set the intention that every day you're going to open the door for someone and you're going to do it mindfully, that you're just going to be focusing on that activity, right? So what's the benefit? Why do it? Because it reduces stress, number one. It allows for introspection and self-awareness, but it also is really about building community and connecting with other people. So if you turn inward and reflect and focus on how you can improve yourself, then you become more helpful to others, right? So what does meditation look like? I gave the example of opening a door. Other things we've done at CARE are soul hooping. That's that middle picture there. So a meditative kind of hula hooping. We've brought puppies in before Regents exam time, which I know pretty much everyone loved. That was the consensus. We play a lot of chess, which if you've played chess, you know that that is a fully demanding mental exercise. And then we've also done drumming. So that was pretty fun. So it doesn't just look like, me sitting there, eyes closed, deep breathing. It most certainly can, but these are almost kind of added boosts, different ways of being meditative if, you're looking to kind of expand upon your practice.
Catherine, we're still not seeing your slides.
Okay, hold on one moment.
You get up and talk with the students, have them kind of introduce the projects up there. I don't know if it'll hear, but we're going back to the camera off the slides.
Okay, we're having a problem with showing the slides, so we're just going to, because we really want you to see the pictures and everything of that. So we're going to try something different for a minute. And Catherine is going to demonstrate with the students on how to make some simple breathing sticks.
Okay, so I don't know why you guys can't see the slides. That makes me really sad, but it's okay. So the camera should turn to focus on me in just a second here. But I was talking about tangibles of meditation. Okay, so one thing we can do is create a breathing stick. So every student has a pipe cleaner, and you guys have a cup of beads. So what we're gonna do is pick 6 beads that you will place on your pipe cleaner. And the 6 beads represent 3 inhalations and 3 exhalations. So this little breathing stick will aid us in taking 3 deep breaths. Okay, so then once your beads are on, you're gonna knot either end of the pipe cleaner. So the beads don't fall off. And these are the different materials we're going to be using today are readily found at a dollar store or Walmart. So following this presentation, we'll have a post of the materials you would need to recreate these things on your own. Okay, but you can see this is my breathing stick. I have 6 beads. So what we're going to do, students, is slide them all to one side. Maybe to your left or your right, either way, okay? And then if you at home, since you don't have a breathing stick, you can just take your hands and kind of parse, go to the right, come back, go to the right again. So essentially what we're doing is sliding these 6 beads over to the other side one by one. So when we inhale, we slide the first bead, and then our exhale, we slide the second bead, okay? So let's take it from the top. Ready? 3 deep breaths. Okay, you can close your eyes if you want to. So ready? We're going to inhale. Slide the first bead. Exhale. Slide the second bead. Inhale. Slide the third bead. Exhale. Slide the fourth bead. Inhale. Slide the fifth bead. Exhale, slide the 6th bead. And say we're having a really stressful, hectic day, and you're a person who benefits from tangibles like this, then this is something you can put in your purse or in your briefcase or wound up in your pocket, right? And it may just to you kind of be like, I don't want to do that, but it's a training tool that you can use maybe for a week. And then after the week is up, you just remember to take those 3 deep breaths on your own. And then you don't need the breathing stick. I like it because again, it's tangible. I can hold it. It gives me something tactile to focus on. And so to me, I like having it nearby. How are we doing with this slide? No. Okay.
You could share the screen.
So
I'm not gonna bother with
that
it.
was an
Just
example
have them talk about what they're talking
of
about. And do it without the slides.
a meditative practice, specifically one that helps us breathe, right? So our body has a built-in regulation system, which is the breath. And we often don't pay any attention to it at all. And it's one of the most important built-in mechanisms we can use to calm ourselves down. So another one is essential oils. So I have the poster here. Not sure that it's all focused into view, however. Okay, so and it's hard to see, but what we have on here is aromatherapy information. So different oils have different purposes. For example, there it comes, now we're focused. Okay, so lavender is calming, it's good for stress relief, it relieves insomnia, and it decreases PMS symptoms. Then we have orange, which is an aphrodisiac, an antidepressant, and decreases inflammation and pain. You can also use essential oils to clean your home. And there are some guidelines you want to follow. So some oils are referred to as hot oils. So if you put them on your skin, they can actually burn your skin. So you would just dilute them in water and use them for the designated purpose. You can mix them. You can put them in a diffuser, which are pretty popular these days. We have one going in the room right now. Actually, you can't see it, but it's there and we can all smell it. But what we're gonna do today is something really simple that if you have a favorite essential oil at home, you can just take a cotton ball, because this cotton is really good at absorbing scent. And then you would just take the oil, put a dab or two of it on the cotton ball, not a lot. And then we did this with our students during Regents examination time before the big test. We walked around with a bottle of essential oil and cotton balls, and they just had it to kind of take a whiff of before and as they took the test. I think we were probably using like peppermint, something to kind of help you focus, right, boost concentration. So students, you guys are going to take a cotton ball and choose an oil.
And I think most of them have chosen lavender. We'll all do lavender.
So some others that we have here are spearmint, grapefruit, lemon, and lemongrass, all with their respective benefits. You could also get an essential oil in a roll-on. I know Mr. T, our math teacher, does that. He rolls it on his forehead, and that really helps him with headaches. So it's worth doing research on if you're interested. You just want to make sure that you're looking for some that are pure. And if they're pure, they can be put into food and they can be put on your skin also.
Later today, the students will be making an air freshener by just taking pom-poms with a little clothes clip, putting some glue on there, and then get in their cars and just clip it to their heater, and then they would have that scent in their car. Okay, the next one is appreciation anchors. We have 10 minutes.
So we spoke about meditation. Remember, I talked about the umbrella that is mindfulness. So underneath that umbrella of mindfulness, we have meditation, We just did the breathing sticks and the essential oils. Those are two tangible ways that we can remember to breathe. And, you know, we can pair that with a meditation video or anything that appeals to us. But then the second component of the mindfulness that we're talking about today is gratitude. Gratitude is really cool because they've studied it. And they studied a lot of different positive practices. And they found that over time, some practices lose their effectiveness. Gratitude is not one of them. So gratitude is best performed, you could say, when we express, like I just said, right? When we write something. So we could write a letter of gratitude to someone. Interestingly enough, the benefit of the gratitude practice sticks, even if we never send the letter. Okay, so, and it's not though, when they were studying it, they realized that it's not something you feel an instant boost from right away. It's something that is best, practiced over time. And with time, you can almost classically condition yourself to feel a response of appreciation just by touching something. So that's called an appreciation anchor. Okay. I'm not sure that you can see it all, but on the board we have gratitude stones, which it could just be a stone. You could inscribe a word on it. You could put a sticker on it that has a word on it. I have one that says hope on it. It doesn't have to be a stone. It could be some special memento. There's an ornament, maybe, something. Again, we're talking all about tangibles today. So something that you could hold that reminds you of what you're grateful for. And with time, you'll develop an emotional attachment to that object. So just by touching it, you feel more grateful. And there are a whole host of health benefits to gratitude as well. Basically, eliminating tunnel vision. So we could have a great morning and then something happens in the afternoon and it kind of spoils our whole day. And, we could end our day on a really sad note and think, oh, today was awful. But if we practice gratitude, we can remember, something great that happened the night before. Maybe a friend made dinner for us, or maybe in the morning, something nice happened then. So it's important to do. And I'll just share another, let's see. So the last one we're going to do, it's another tangible way to practice gratitude. It's called gratitude boxes. Our students have jars, however. But what I've asked them to do is on a sheet of paper, write down 3 things that they're grateful for. And then they can tear that paper into strips and place those in their jar. Or you can just fold up the paper and put it in your jar. But the concept of the gratitude box or the gratitude jar is collecting happiness. Because there is something that happens where we tend to cling to the negative memories. And usually there's about an equal amount of positive, if not more positives that are happening. But we tend to forget those things. So something I had done in the slides I wanted to share with you was I took some snaps, some snips. So I was on my Facebook news feed and I was going through, looking back, and I had been tagged in multiple posts from students saying, I'm so thankful for the CARE program. My whole life has changed from being here. I'm so grateful for my teachers. And when we were talking about gratitude and the gratitude letters, I was thinking, well, our students, they're not writing letters. We should do that. But then I realized, no, they have been writing. They've been writing on Facebook. And they've been tagging us in it. And that's actually really cool because Facebook, you know, we harp on social media all the time, but it's the place where all of those positive memories are stored. All of those things we express gratitude for. So, yeah, just come up with your 3 things and you can fold up that paper and stick it in your jar. Again, gratitude really sticks when you practice it over and over again. But it can be, you know, like a once a week thing, just as long as it's a sustained practice. So does anyone want to share, just to kind of conclude what they're grateful for?
Lexi, would you like to share what you're grateful for?
One of the things I'm grateful for is just the opportunities I get every day to like be around the people I am and be comfortable, because not a lot of people get to come and just have it easier, I guess, on them. Whereas, you know, we all get to be in this environment and around each other.
So let's give Mrs. Streeter a round of applause.
Thank you all for your participation.
And does anyone out there in the Zoom room have any questions for us? And thank you for sharing that nature and music and art are all such great mindfulness practices. Music is a big part of the CARE program. We usually start off with very mindful, meditating music, and then, Mr. Warren, what are we listening to?
Some rock and roll by the end of the day.
So Teresa, thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. Thank you, Catherine, Robin, and the whole CARES class. That was great.
Thank you for attending and participating with us.
And Teresa, what we could do is send the PowerPoint to you if you want, because it does have some beautiful pictures of our puppy therapy, our soul hooping, our drum circles, and all of that.
Perfect. Yes. Yes. I will share that. Thank you.
Does anyone else have any questions or comments?